Умри, стара... Ну когда же это вас...
Let's give them a shot.
Ночь наша,
At least make it interesting. What now? All right then. Ever tried cooking rabbit stew? I've read recipes, but tasting it, that's another matter. Does the air feel heavy down here?
Loose, huh?
Somehow, it's not helping the confidence at all. Oh? What is it? Now isn't really a good time. Every step we take is steeped in history. Let's keep writing our own, shall we?
and ruin an ambush.
Что это было?
Favorable terrain. Ideal conditions, assuming our enemy isn't as prepared as we are. This doesn't work. We revert to plan B. Aggressive negotiation.
Чем яростнее ты будешь сражаться, тем больше ты будешь страдать, смертный.
Я буду сопротивляться, чудовище, как должно.
Сколько еще ты выдержишь, жрец мотылька? Твой разум силен, но борьба утомила тебя.
Надо сопротивляться.
Да, я чувствую, как слабеет твоя защита. Ты хочешь, чтобы это прекратилось? Тут кто-нибудь есть?
Господин.
Stay close to me. We'll take some hits.
Push the attack! The rage within fuels my every strike. What a waste of time.
You'd think a vampire would be right at home in a place like this. You'd be wrong. You ever think about what's next? I've always fancied visiting the Somerset Isles. Don't we have some more important things to worry about right now?
Do you need something? Understood.
хозяин погиб, и его враги заплатят за это. Стой! Стой! Я сдаюсь! Это не со мной. Тебе пришлось сражаться. Я не потерял разум, но не мог контролировать свои действия. Спасибо за избавление от мертвой хватки этих вампиров. Ты как раз вовремя. Похоже, эти вампиры сильно проголодались. Изучать древние свитки — наш священный долг. Мы читаем эти древние пророчества, чтобы прорицать будущее, и используем наши знания, чтобы помогать императору. Иногда мы отправляемся странствовать по миру, чтобы найти новые свитки для библиотеки башни Белого Золота. Именно с этой целью я и приехал в Skyrim. Это шпиль в самом центре имперского города, одна из самых высоких башен в Тамриэле. На нижних этажах располагается имперский совет, а на верхних этажах — орден жрецов Мотылька. Башня сильно пострадала во время последней войны с Альдмерским доминионом, и теперь уже не такая, как прежде. Надеюсь, когда-нибудь я еще увижу ее в полном блеске былой славы. Не так много, как мне бы хотелось. Десятилетия я посвятил изучению древних свитков, и все же они остаются для меня загадкой, так же, как и для других моих братьев по ордену. Мы так и не знаем, ни откуда взялись эти свитки, ни кто их написал. Мы знаем лишь, что некоторые люди рождаются с даром чтения древних свитков. Эти немногие избранные могут прорицать события из прошлого и будущего, читая свитки. Хотя со временем это вызывает слепоту. Боюсь, что больше и рассказать нечего. Даже сегодня древние свитки остаются тайной. Да, в полном порядке, благодаря тебе. Меня зовут Диксион Ивик. Я жрец Мотылька из башни Белого Золота. Эти вампиры утверждали, что я им зачем-то нужен, только не говорили зачем. Наверное, надеялись получить за меня выкуп, идиоты. Неужели? Надо же, как загадочно. У вас есть древний свиток? Поразительно. Если память мне не изменяет, Стражей Рассвета назывался Древний Орден Охотников на Вампиров. Я буду счастлив помочь тебе с древним свитком, только скажи мне, куда идти. Хорошо. Я поспешу туда, пока не появились новые вампиры.
What's our next plan of action? Stay focused.
Look in his eyes. Fighting so hard, right until the very end. I've seen that look before. It never ends well.
They needed a mortal mind to break. Mine is different. I imagine trying to enthrall me would just give them a terrible headache. That was supposed to be comforting.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Ash.
Oh, what is it? Farewell. Enough of that. Do you need something? All right then. A bit loose, huh? That's better.
Ever tried cooking rabbit stew? I've read recipes, but tasting it, that's another matter. Keep that weapon sharp, and that wit sharper. It's a dangerous
what is
world
this?
out there.
I suppose it's about time you know. We need to go home. I was born there. It's only fitting. You're right. I'm not the best liar. Some things didn't quite line up, right? Oh. Wow. I thought there were holes in that story. I understand you might be a bit angry, and your thoughts might be short-circuiting. Lay it all out on the table. Please, trust me just this once. Thank you. Give me your map. I live right here. The southeast part of the rift. Quite near Fort Dawnguard, actually. We can go there whenever you want, but preferably sooner. This is something I'd like to get off my chest.
Да.
Hold on.
Enough
Did
of
you
that.
hear something?
Power slash! Surrender immediately.
I have no time for your games.
Threat eliminated. I'll handle it. You're no match for me. You can't hold a candle
Not
to
very
me.
impressive. Hey, so... As a fellow Nord, what do you think of mead? Like it, hate it, couldn't bother? It seems like most of us can't go a single day without it, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Shame on you. Your ancestors would be most displeased. A Nord who doesn't drink. It's part of your culture. Embrace it. You're not a milk drinker, are you? Relax. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't hurt to take a trip to the local inn, though, and not order just a sweet roll. Are you all right? That was a close one. I didn't expect to be jumped on like that. And those ridiculous masks they wore. Very tacky. Good to know that cultists will always be the same, no matter what era. Could I read that note you've been reading? Thanks.
What was that?
I recall an old book about this cult in the castle's library. This Mirak, though. I've read some stories about him. He was supposed to be the first dragonborn who ever lived. He was around long before even I was. This might be worth looking into. You're too sweet. This is amazing, love. I'll be sure to treasure it.
Well, here we are. Home sweet workshop. Look, I can explain. Once we get there, okay? Huge. That's certainly a word to describe it. Back then, my father had a ton of stuff crammed in here. Projects everywhere, half-finished gizmos, diagrams scribbled on every surface. He was brilliant. Could have used a better cleaning schedule, though. I want to take you somewhere. Come. Did I do enough? Here. This is my father, Ario of Ellen. He was a bit popular and a tad controversial in the Tamrielic Academe. Artificial consciousness and all that. Big inventor. He made me, and I don't mean that in a standard baby-making sense. Are you ready to learn what I really am? There's something I need to show you. It's the only way you'll understand. Remember my Pelennor joke? There's truth to it. I'm a cumulative automaton. Think advanced, not Dwemer scrap metal. but there are differences. See? You've observed correctly. I don't know whose soul gem it is, but I seem to be powered by it. We can talk more, but let me dress first. Well, imagine trying to make friends if I walked around speaking like a malfunctioning Dwemer construct. Not exactly the best way to blend in. Father designed me to be as mortal-like as possible. He believed if I couldn't experience the world the way others do, I'd never truly understand it. Perhaps he hoped it would make my existence less lonely. I know, it's crazy. I shouldn't even exist. My father never told me why he made me. He passed not too long after I was born. His protege. He knows how to keep me running, but not how all this started. There are hints in his notes about time magic, yet it's not enough. Over 20 years ago, though I only truly began living 6 years ago. I was born, if you can call it that, in the year 4E171. My father died barely a month later. You likely already know. I tried to chase down his killer, but failed in the process. The assassin, they must have known what I was. Before I could get close, they hit me with a bolt of magicka. Pure lightning. It didn't just knock me unconscious, it shut me down. In a way, it killed me. Because I was never meant to shut down. Ever. Unlike other Dwemer constructs, I was designed to be constantly aware. Either awake or in a light rest state, like a nap. My father believed that sentient automatons, true beings, should never be forcibly turned off. That it was akin to death. If I ran out of energy, I was built to enter low-power sleep mode, not to lose consciousness entirely. But the lightning, it forced a complete shutdown. A death of the mind, if not the body. Not exactly. Let me explain. The damage was extensive. Canas found what was left of me, dismantled my body for transport, and brought me back to the workshop. He managed to restart my energy core, but my mind, me, wasn't there. It was blank. Unresponsive. For a long time, I wasn't anything at all. Then, after a few years, something changed. He found a way to boot something up. Maybe it was me, or maybe just a fragmented version of my old program. But I was aware again, just not whole. My memories of the fight, of my father's death, they were corrupted. Canas had to tell me what happened, etch the events into my databanks like someone piecing together a lost history. I didn't remember it, but I knew it, because he made sure I did. No, they weren't. I lived them. Or at least some version of me did. And you felt them too. Maybe it has something to do with the soul gem that powers me. Maybe just like mortals have both a brain and a soul, I do too. Except mine was shattered when I was struck down all those years ago. Maybe the echoes of that lost time still linger, woven into my being. Who knows? If Canas were here, he'd probably launch into some grand theory. But for me, I just know I was there, and I know that you felt it too. No. My mind was active, but my body was dead. I couldn't move. Couldn't speak. I just existed, adrift in an endless void. Aware, but disconnected. Trapped. And then the dreams started. They came in fragments. Blurred impressions, familiar yet not. My father teaching me how to fight, how to write, how to tie a simple knot. They weren't memories. I never lived them, but they felt real, like echoes of a childhood I never had, playing out in my mind over and over again. For 20 years I drifted in that space, trapped between awareness and nothingness, until Canas finally found a way to bring me back completely. That is a question that haunts me. Am I the same being who chased that assassin? Or am I a copy? A reconstruction? Something new? I don't know. But I choose to believe that something of the original Ash remains. The memories, however fragmented, the emotions, however confusing, and this burning need to find justice for my father. I have to keep going. Exactly. Time magic. It's just the most logical explanation right now. Look at Pellinor Whitestrake. He shouldn't have existed in his own time, yet there he was. Like me. I've dug into the lore. Even the Dwemer, clever as they were, couldn't do something like that. There's more to this than meets the eye. That's a good point, assuming Akatosh even notices things like this. The gods can be unpredictable. For now, it doesn't seem like he noticed, or he approves of my existence, for reasons I can't fathom. Messing with time is a headache, no doubt, but I'm living proof someone figured it out. My father, he must have just cracked the code they left behind. Now it's my turn to find answers. Hope you're in for the long haul. It's complicated, and honestly a bit unsettling even for me. No mortal birth, no soul in the usual sense. But that doesn't make me some puppet. I can think, feel, and decide. You can question the way I got here, but not the person I am now. I'll endeavor to take that as a compliment. Besides, a little weirdness never hurt anyone, right? 26 years ago. Just a mere month after I was created. He sent me away on an errand. And when I got back, no warning, no last words, just an empty husk of a corpse lying dead on the floor. I ran. I ran as fast as I could. I wanted to avenge him. But the assassin was nowhere to be found. And now it's all I think about. This scrap of paper, it's all I have left of that day. That ashen-haired girl at the scene. That was me. Just a ghost at her own father's murder. Some days, it's all I can imagine. But I won't give up. Not until I find out who did this, and why. Great. Now I'm malfunctioning and leaking fluids. This human experience is rather overrated, wouldn't you say?
remarkable. Ash is a sentient automaton. Well, I certainly didn't see that coming. I didn't even know that was an option. It makes sense, the more I think about it. Explains all those odd eccentricities I've noticed, at least. I hope there's nothing sinister going on here. In any case, pick your jaw up. The workshop awaits. I can tell we've barely scratched the surface when it comes to our ashen-maned friend. What's the plan?
Honestly, I've thought about using illusion magic to make me seem more alive. I just want people to see me as more of an admissible human, not a daughter of Cold Harbor. At least I don't have to worry about that around you. You accept me for who I am, and for that, I am grateful.
Where have you been?
Right behind you.
Yes? What did you need? Fortunately, my internal systems include a location beacon. Consider it a courtesy for less spatially aware companions. Give me your journal. You'll find a new entry, Ash Tracking Marker. Activate it and your map will display my current location. Simple, efficient. However, I trust you understand the importance of privacy. This is only for tactical coordination. A moment's rest is in order. Let's pause here.
Gods already? And here I was thinking the woman made of metal and magic had endless stamina. Don't tell me you're getting winded.
My operational parameters far exceed yours, Vampire. Sustained travel requires periodic checkups.
Easy there, killer. I'm just messing with you. But I am curious. Do you actually get tired?
Tired isn't the correct term. My systems don't degrade from fatigue in the mortal sense, but they do require maintenance. I have a simulated fatigue response, a leftover from my initial scripting.
Simulated? So you could just turn it off?
Theoretically, but I haven't. It's a useful diagnostic. It reminds me to run checks before a minor joint misalignment becomes a critical failure. It's efficient.
Of course. Only you would turn taking a break into a scheduled maintenance check.
My maintenance checks are scheduled. Your weather complaining, however, seems to occur at a random yet far more frequent interval. What now? I may look, feel, and act like one of you mortals, but at the end of the day, I'm not. Flesh and blood? No. Normal healing spells? Useless on me. That being said, I don't intend to be a deadweight in a fight. Give me a moment. This is what we call an ash plug. Think of it as a healing potion, except for automatons like me. And before you ask, no, I didn't name it. Canasted. Not exactly a poet when it comes to naming things, but hey, it sticks. Rolls off the tongue at least. If I take too many hits in combat, just activate it near me for a quick boost. And if I go down, you can use it to bring me back on my feet. They expire upon use, so I suggest keeping a few on hand. I usually carry some, but you can craft more at a forge. Here, the recipe's simple. Dwarven oil, a restoration potion, and an iron ingot. With those, I should be right as rain. Or whatever the equivalent is for someone like me. What's our next plan? Fall behind? My processing speed and agility far exceed yours. It's highly improbable I would be the one lagging. Efficiency dictates that we maintain proximity, minimizing the risk of unforeseen separations. Fortunately, my internal systems include a spatial relocation matrix, essentially a localized teleportation protocol. I can activate it remotely, allowing you to instantly teleport me to your side. This rune serves as the activation point. Simply touch it, and I'll be by your side in an instant. Indeed. However, I must caution you, Excessive use of this feature can result in system instability. Think of it like teleportation sickness, only for an automaton. It's unpleasant.
Oh. Sorry.
What's my strategy? Ready to adjust my tactics? Just let me know what you need. All right, I'll keep the conversation flowing. Always good to share insights and observations, right? Ready to adjust my tactics? Just let me know what you need. Sure, I'll chat with the locals. Gathering information can be useful, even if it's just gossip. Ready to adjust my tactics? Just let me know what you need. Sorry, can't tweak that yet. Check back later. Ready to adjust my tactics? Just let me know what you need. What about it? Following your lead, always. Understood.
Oh, Ash, you've arrived.
Looks like I've been expected. I have a visitor. Mercenary client.
You and our friend seem close.
The one I mentioned in my letters? And, well, let's just say they're helping me figure some things out.
Oh, what a pleasure, truly. Ash hasn't had much company since, well, please, excuse the mess.
Don't trouble yourself, Canas. We just wanted to say hello. Canas has been instrumental in keeping me up and running.
I see. Well then, welcome indeed. Ash, about your,
They know. I wouldn't have brought them here otherwise. Feel free to look around if you want. This was my home, where I started and where everything went wrong. An accurate observation. Our tactical and interpersonal cohesion levels are optimal. Yours are as well. This is a positive development for the party as a whole.
Right. Just try not to get your wires crossed.
I see. You are attempting to initiate a rivalry. That seems inefficient. Your premise assumes affection is a finite resource. A logical fallacy.
And what's your efficient solution then?
Cooperation. Why would we engage in a counterproductive rivalry when we could simply coordinate our efforts to ensure our companions' continued happiness?
By the gods, you just tried to solve romance with math. I'm going for a walk. You have zero emotional awareness. Maybe even negative.
Was my logic unsound? Here's where Arya did all his research, and where Canas now does his. Enchantments, soul gem research, and at one time artificial consciousness. Watch it. Do you want to explore a bit more, or are we good here? Okay, got it. My humble beginnings. Imagine all that power and potential starting right here.
Oops.
Here's my bedroom. This is where I spent most of my time. Father always encouraged me to explore my interests. He believed a well-rounded mind was essential, even for an automaton. The workbench is where I tinker. Modify my gear, experiment with new designs. I find the process calming. A way to channel my energies. As for the weapon rack, I appreciate a well-crafted blade. Each one has its own personality, its own balance, its own rhythm. Choosing the right weapon for the task is an art form, wouldn't you say? I also keep a lot of books. Knowledge is power, or so they say. The meditation mat is where I try to make sense of things, to understand these emotions that flicker within me. And on that desk, those are flowers that my father gave to me. He said they represented hope, renewal. He wanted me to experience the beauty of the world. Still trying to figure out what that means. I'd rather fight for my life than live it. Farewell.
So, this is her home. Ash is placing a great deal of trust in us. Let's prove we deserve it, all right?
Ario was a visionary, far ahead of his time. I was but a mere apprentice in his shadow, striving to grasp the brilliance of his creations. Of course, what is it you wish to know? He was a brilliant mind, always pushing the boundaries of knowledge, delving into the mysteries of the Dwemer, the Daedra, and the arcane arts. Some considered him eccentric, even reckless. But I admired his passion, his unwavering pursuit of truth. I was his apprentice, his protege. He saw potential in me, guided me on my own path of arcane discovery. He trusted me with knowledge and secrets that few others possessed, including the care of Ash. That is a complicated question, one that Ash must answer for herself in time. All I can say for now is that she is unique. That is where you come in. Be her friend, her companion. Help her navigate this world. Guide her on the right path. There was someone else once. Someone she was close to. But that bond, it's fractured. She hasn't had much support since then. Ah, fascinating. You interfaced with her memories through her MID, yes? That must be due to memory distortion. Over time, her memory banks have been corrupted, either consciously or subconsciously, to remove unpleasant thoughts. She probably harbors guilt about not being able to save her father when he died. Thus, she tells herself that she was not there for the event, and thus did not experience it. No experience, no blame. Even if it was really too late. At the time, Ash did not think so. The Dragon Break. A chaotic event. A rip in the fabric of time, blurring the lines between realities. Ario and Rebecca, they stumbled upon knowledge that should have remained hidden. A knowledge that came at a terrible price. For the both of them. Ario believed it was fate, a consequence of tampering with forces beyond mortal comprehension. He carried that burden with him, even after. Gone, blotted from existence, as if to preserve the natural order of things, to erase the paradox their knowledge created. Yes, and it seems that knowledge came at a price for him as well. I sensed a darkness growing within him, a corruption that whispers of Daedric influence. I fear his end will not be a peaceful one. Need something? All right, do it. Need something? You can stop her. You
Here's the
don't need
workshop
to go
library.
through with this.
Strange what a scholar will collect. Lusty Argonian maid, really? Ah, and here, his time magic scrolls. Even when my father was still alive, he didn't consider keeping them in higher security. Probably because most people wouldn't even see the value in stealing it. They'd just see scribbles of a mad bard. Here's the bedroom. Canas sleeps on the guest bed. I sleep downstairs, if you could call it that. My father built me my own room shortly after I was born. But I can choose to sleep whenever or wherever I want, really. Lying in bed just adds extra flavor. As for this bedroom, this used to be my father's. If I were a typical baby, I would have been made here. But I was made downstairs. Don't know why my father wasn't able to conceive with... Wait a second. What's that painting? I've always wondered who she is. Looks a bit like me, but not quite. Aryo never mentioned anything about her mother. Just that he made me. I mean, you don't need two to make a construct. Just a soul gem, a madcap mind, and a veritable hoard of rare materials. I've asked Canas about her, and he just says she was a research colleague. I don't know what it is, but he might be hiding something. Would you have an idea about who she is? Oh, hadn't thought about it that way. That is a possibility. Interesting theory, but Canas isn't the sort to lie. Academics in their pursuit of truth and all. Creators often leave signatures of their work. If my hunch is right, there's perhaps something inside me. A signature that can verify who I truly am. I want to know if Aryo alone is my father, or if she is my mother too. Canas, I need you to open me up.
Why, Ash? I don't think that's necessary. Your last examination went quite well, if memory serves.
I need to find out about what or who I truly
Wow.
am.
Sorry.
And who that woman is.
I already told you, don't...
Just do this, please.
Fine. Lie down on your construction table.
It's been interesting to see you grow in skills and power.
Let's have a look. Around here lies a memory imprint device that houses Ash's memories. It allows her to dream, in a sense. But on very rare occasions, those near her can experience her memories through unexplained soul gem magic. Hold a moment. What's this? There's a scrying device log attached to it. What could possibly be contained in... Oh dear. Divines, this won't end well. Time to wake up, Ash. I found this.
Cumulative automaton audio log. Rebecca and Ario of Ellen. The woman in the painting. We need to listen to it.
I'd suggest you don't. It might just bring up more heartbreak. And you've already been through so much. I must confess, there are secrets about Ario and his work that I've kept hidden. It was not my place to burden you with the past before you were ready. And you are not ready.
Try being born with the only purpose to live and experience, then have that stolen away from you a month after you were born. Do not lecture me, Canas. I do not fear my past as you do. I need answers.
Audio recording device activate. Are you a villain dictating? Sundis, the third of last seed, in the year of 4E171. This scrying device will capture the essence of my work. It's more than just a record. It's a window into the very fabric of our research. I, Aryo, aim to achieve what others deem impossible. The Dwemer, those masters of forgotten technologies, inspire me. Their legacy, their creations, unparalleled, even in this era. I believe their insights hold the key to unlocking a new age of progress. Why rely on magic, on fleeting enchantments, when we can build machines that surpass mortal limitations? Imagine automatons capable of tireless labor, easing the burdens of humankind. That is my goal. To create lifelike, efficient machines, inspired by the Dwemer's genius, but tailored to the needs of our time. And by my side, my beloved Rebecca, my partner in both life and research.
Greetings. Ario, dearest, you do have a penchant for rambling when you get passionate. Cannot you simply get to the point without dallying? Look, here's what we'll do. I shall take over these recordings so that our listeners need not suffer through your endless monologues. No one wishes to hear your entire life story at every turn.
Oh, but Becca... You may have a point.
It's settled then. I've always wanted to use a scrying device anyway.
First seed, the 15th, 4E172.
Our research is progressing well. We hit a roadblock, but fate intervened. We stumbled upon the notes of a time magic wielder. Don't worry, we're not dabbling in forbidden arts. We're merely studying their findings, seeking inspiration for our own work.
Stumbled, she says. As if she didn't masterfully charm them free from her old suitor's clutches.
Hush, Ario. Discretion is paramount in our field. Let's just say I acquired the notes through persuasion. And rest assured, they will be returned to Medius once we've gleaned the knowledge we need. Second seed, the second, 4E172. Eureka! We have deciphered the notes. Likely due to my brilliance.
Who's rambling on now, Bex?
Anyway, the Time Wielder's notes have revealed a secret of unimaginable power. A dragon break, a rupture in reality itself, offering glimpses into alternate timelines and dimensions. Imagine a world where automatons are commonplace, where technology has surpassed even our wildest dreams. We've been inspired to create something truly groundbreaking, a machine that reflects the limitless possibilities we've witnessed. We call her UC, and she's unlike anything Tamriel has ever seen.
However, we can't exactly get her to work. We only have a shell. It seems, with the limits of our technology, to grant her sentience, we need a soul. Said soul will need to be of appreciable quality. A gem containing the soul of a common bandit just won't do.
That's why UC has been put on hold, for now.
While we're waiting, I'll continue to study the body we built, before forwarding my observations to Canas, my protege.
Now, Ario, shouldn't we get going to Blackreach? That corundum for your Evelyn Dwemerweave isn't going to mine itself, you know.
That's enough.
Why? You can't just end it like this. There must be more. You've kept so much from me.
I said that's enough. You need more time to process and handle this before you listen to the rest. Snobbishness at the beginning leaves you weak for what's to come.
That was my father and my mother. So close I could reach out and touch them. You don't have the right to do this to me. Come on, help me out here.
No amount of convincing can allow me to change my mind. Resolve your vengeance frustration first, then we can deal with this after.
I thought you were against the idea of revenge.
I still am. This is not living and experiencing. Your father would agree. Your idea of settling it is different from mine. If you go down this path, it will only lead to ruin.
Only fools deal with absolutes. I'll settle this on my own terms. Come, friend. If Canas won't help us now, then we'll come back later. Let's go find us some leads.
You've had quite the day. I'm not sure how you're still walking straight after all that.
Years of practice, and a talent of pretending everything's fine.
I've used that trick on myself once or twice. Never works as well as we hope. I can't claim to understand exactly what you're feeling, but I do know what it's like to learn your life isn't what you thought it was.
Difference is you had a family to start with. All I've got are a couple of inventors, an unfinished instruction manual, and now a mystery collaborator no one saw fit to mention.
True. I have a family. Or a close enough approximation of one, anyway. Your creators seem like good people, at the very least. Not everyone can say that.
I wish I had more time with them, so I could verify that claim myself. Come on, then. It's not like sitting around dwelling will make that come true. Oh, what is it? Shaken, not broken. Though, I admit, having someone steady beside me helps recalibrate the circuits. Careful, friend. Offer me a heart and I may write it into my mission parameters. A valid secondary objective. The primary one would be... let's call it long-term asset protection. A valuable asset requires careful handling, after all. See that you don't.
You know, I'm still thinking about your father's scrying logs. The way he just appeared. I've never seen anything like it. Not a ghost, not a memory either. What is it?
It's a complex projection. A memory given form through adapted Dwemer technology. A visual echo, essentially. highly advanced.
Advanced, huh? Gods, the applications. I could have a perfect studious-looking version of me reading in the library at home, while the real me is down at the Bannered Mayor sampling their brandy.
You would use a marvel of arcane engineering, a device meant... preserve a person's very essence to shirk your reading assignments.
Absolutely. Think of the efficiency. You of all people should appreciate that. Besides, a girl needs her beauty rest, even an undead one.
Friend? It's a lot to process. Hearing his voice again, seeing her image, to know they created me but for a purpose I'm only beginning to understand. It does. A soul gem, a fragment of a soul, powers me. But whose soul is it? Am I living with a borrowed essence? If my thoughts and emotions are rooted in another soul, then who am I, truly? But I can't dwell on that now. Not while the assassin still walks free. Vengeance first. Then perhaps I can find the answers I seek. Ario designed me to blend in, to appear as human as possible. My speech patterns, my mannerisms, all carefully crafted to mimic your kind. But even the most convincing imitation can't mask the fundamental question. Am I merely a reflection of another, or a being on my own? A shadow cast by a borrowed soul, or a flicker of something more? Everything appears to be in order. My gear is functioning at peak efficiency. I trust yours is as well? What is it? Not directly, but here's the plan. This assassin belongs to the Dark Brotherhood. Perhaps you carry a tattered coupon for discounted assassinations? I caught a glimpse of the bastard who killed my father as they fled. They wore a red mantle with a black hand embroidered onto it. Then it seems we'll need to be a bit more creative. Innkeepers tend to see and hear a lot. Perhaps one of them knows a whisper about Dark Brotherhood informants. A few well-placed coins might loosen their tongues.
I don't know. In my experience, a smile and a polite turn of phrase usually works wonders.
The bloodshot eyes and extra sharp teeth didn't scare anyone off?
Striking, aren't they?
I think your conversation partners were more concerned about being struck.
Now you're getting it. A little intimidation isn't solely reserved for brutes.
What is it? Affirmative.
Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is more unpredictable, the weather or the inhabitants. It's strange. I grew up in a family that was all blood ties, titles, and expectations. And still, it was cold and transactional. Ash? She didn't even get that. No blood relatives. Barely any time with the one person she did call father. And yet you can see how much those bonds, however short-lived, still define her. I was just thinking about a book I read once. It was by a scholar named Aryo of Ellen. He supposedly found a way to create a sentient encyclopedia, if books could even think for themselves. Isn't our soul what makes us sentient? Not like dull automatons or zombies. Or perhaps it's something else. Or a combination of things. Just some food for thought. You know, for someone chasing a murder cult, you sound almost giddy.
I'm just encouraged that our search is progressing efficiently.
Mm-hmm. You look like a starving fledgling who just smelt some blood on the wind.
My reason hasn't abandoned me, Serana. This venture is a calculated risk, and I like my odds.
And here I thought you were all just ingots and gears under there. Turns out you've got a little gambler inside you.
I prefer strategist, but I'll let you keep your delusion if it amuses you so.
Fine. Just don't expect me to scrape you off the cobblestones if this little strategy of yours goes south.
You scrub floors? I'd never dream of it. But, noted. I'll try to keep my wits about me. Reinitialization incomplete. Cognitive matrix operating at 87% efficiency. This is a suboptimal start time.
Well, look at you. Even the perfect machine can wake up on the wrong side of the charging station, it seems.
This time of day is only optimal for those who consider scurrying around in the dark a productive activity. Normal people are asleep.
And are you saying you're a normal person now, Ash?
Whatever. Let's just get this over with.
You ever think about what's next? I've always fancied visiting the Somerset Isles.
You know, I was thinking it was solitude that got me into conjuration, really. A skeleton doesn't sound like great company, but, well, I felt very lonely. But hey, not anymore, thanks to you.
Waiting won't bring us answers. Let's find this informant. Stay focused. Hey.
Добро пожаловать в таверну Вайлмир. Если тебе что-нибудь нужно, только скажи. На твоем месте я бы держался подальше от кургана на востоке. Там привидение.
Не подмажешь, не поедешь. Спасибо. Вот, это тебе.
Let me have a look at that.
Barkeep, I'd like a wench.
Lead the way.
Я в это поверю.
I'd like a drink.
Конечно.
Thanks.
Let me have a look at that. Nervous Neville,
Don't
huh?
speak this to anyone.
An informant skirting along the edge of the law. Someone like that must have a lead we can follow. Markarth, the Silver Blood Inn. That's our next stop.
Seriously?
Then you might recall mention of certain individuals who guided the automatons. Specifically, a figure named Kalina, though she often went by Kalin. Kalin was in every sense a caretaker. She tended to the dolls' mental and emotional needs, ensuring they remained stable despite their harsh duties. Persiga handled much of the technical aspects, but Kalin was the heart, always ready to listen, console, and guide. I admire her. She reminds me that even those born from metal and magic, automatons, can seek comfort and trust in another's empathy. Which brings me to you. You've been fulfilling that role in my life. Listening, supporting, helping me learn who I am. So, I want to call you Kalin. It's a way to honor the person she was, and to recognize the compassion you've shown me. I hope this doesn't sound odd. It simply feels right to me. Would you let me address you by that name? I'll still refer to you as my friend, until the day I can properly use the name of your choosing. Let's just say the time isn't right. Yet.
Нет. Говорю тебе, Вильхельм, если бы я мог ее отсюда увезти, я бы сделал это завтра же. Но Климмику еще многому нужно научиться.
Климик отлично справляется. Прислушайся к зову сердца.
Когда-нибудь, но не сегодня.
Vigilance is key in the path to victory. Until next time.
Do you need something? Thinking about it, it seems regular, other than the highest mountain in all of Tamriel looming over it. Considering this, I'm surprised Iverstead doesn't get any visitors. Who wouldn't want to scale the throat of the world? What's the plan?
Sure thing. Do you want to have it standing here, or do you want to find a... Alright. Do you want to have mead, wine, or... Like a true Nord. Good pick. Likewise. Our adventuring has been getting more tiring lately. It's as if the world is responding to your growing power. As you get stronger, enemies get which is why moments where I get to drink with you are all the more lovely. Finally, a time to rest and just relax. I thought we could have walked a bit longer, but if you're tired, I won't stop you. So, what do you want to talk about now? I do believe that we can. I've read a similar concept before. It was in the new type theory proposed by a Dwemer philosopher long ago. He said that if men and Mer alike cast aside the shackles of what has binded them to selfish squabbles and struggles to power, they could mentally evolve, in a sense, to be higher beings, new types. People who can more easily detect the thoughts and intentions of others, and are more admissible to understanding. I would like to remember the name of the book, or the author, but I'm afraid it's been lost to time. Alright, so, what do you want to talk about now? Oh? Which one?
Говорю тебе, Вилкельм, если бы я мог ее отсюда увезти, я бы сделал это завтра же.
I think we're fine. At least he treats me like a normal person now. Doesn't address me as it anymore. Can't blame what he thought at first, though. I also knew I was taking a risk first coming here. But it turns out, you're all not that bad. Maybe a little eccentric, but I like that. Alright, my turn's over. You better go talk to the moody one before she short-circuits from all that silent processing.
Just thinking about our next move. Any ideas? Alright, that seems fitting. Do you want to have mead, wine, or just plain milk? The classic Nordic choice. Well, drink's been poured. Cheers. I often think of my father, the pleasant, happy memories. There aren't much, and a lot of it is hazy, but the moments I spent with him, they were like those of pure light. Seeing as how I don't eat food, I'm a terrible cook. Don't ask me to cook you a mutton pie, lest you eat something that ends up tasting like a Daedra pie. For all my rationality, I feel like I still act on impulse. I'm supposed to be cold and calculated, but I also barge into things head first without thinking. Like that bandit skirmish we had the other day. So what do you want to talk about now? Dwarven oil. A bit weird, and maybe toxic for most. But I can drink it, and it provides me the most benefits, particularly in enhancing my magicka reserves. Like you mortals and your alcohol too, I can get drunk with it, in a matter of speaking. So please don't go having me drink too much. Wouldn't be a pretty sight. Alright. In a peaceful life, I definitely live in a cabin in the woods, and take daily frequent strolls nearby. And eat all the sweet rolls I could eat too. That's not to say I wouldn't be sword fighting or training, even during peacetime. But hopefully, I'd only have to swing a wooden sword, not a real one. Alright. Knowledge is power. Let's keep it at that. If you want me to elaborate, there's no better way to improve as... Alright. Yes, I do have a few amusing anecdotes from those early days. I was quite the curious creation. Which one would you like me to share? Another time, I believed I could consume knowledge, literally. I chose a v.2.2 history tome and ate it page by page. It did not end well. My insides weren't built for parchment and ink, and I spent days dealing with unpleasant side effects. Father banned me from the library for a week. Still, I treasure these moments. My life may have been unconventional, but those early days taught me more about myself than any manual ever could. Alright. Yes. Which one would you like me to share? Shortly after I was activated, I watched birds glide gracefully in the sky and decided to copy them. So I climbed the workshop roof, sprinted forward, and jumped. I left a crate in the garden. Thankfully, I wasn't damaged, though my knee joint took a dent. My father nearly fainted from shock, then spent an hour ranting about gravity and structural limitations. Looking back, I can't help smiling at the memory. It was a simpler time, full of curiosity, occasional recklessness, and my father's endless patience. That was insightful. Now, I believe Serana has been waiting for her turn. It's best not to leave a variable unattended.
I've been meaning to ask, why did you join the Dawn Guard? I see. Well, I imagine our path may lead us to some legend-worthy fights, against dragons or who knows what else.
Hey there, I have a little something for you.
Yes?
That's thoughtful of you. Look, I love you, but I'm not going to like gifts like this. So, where are we off to now? Oh, what is it?
A moment's rest is
You
in
sure
order.
know how to
Let's
impress
pause
me.
here.
Gods, already? And here I was thinking the woman made of metal and magic had endless stamina. Don't tell me you're getting winded.
My operational parameters far exceed yours, Vampire. Sustained travel requires periodic checkups.
Easy there, killer. I'm just messing with you. But I am curious. Do you actually get tired?
Tired isn't the correct term. My systems don't degrade from fatigue in the mortal sense, but they do require maintenance. I have a simulated fatigue.
Тебе нужно получше стараться.
So you could just...
It's a useful diagnostic. It reminds me to run checks before a minor joint misalignment becomes a critical failure. It's
Of course. Only you would turn taking a break into a scheduled maintenance check.
Тебе здесь не
Not
рады.
too smooth. Should
Тебе
I be
здесь
concerned
не
about how well
рады.
you can do that?
Последнее предупреждение. Уходи, жив.
Постой! Я тебя знаю. Ошибки быть не может. Знаешь что? Ты не стоишь мороки. Иди создавай проблемы другим стражникам.
While I do not typically employ mortal idioms, I believe the appropriate phrase for this sensation would be, "My arms are killing me."
Oh, the horror! The woman forged from Dwemer steel and enchanted leather has a sore arm. Pray tell, what Pelinolian task did you undertake, polishing your sword too vigorously?
I have been pumping iron, as they say, optimizing my strength parameters, getting some gains.
Right. And I suppose your transmuted ebony fibers can experience hypertrophy. Can you actually build muscle?
Yes.
And your source for this groundbreaking biomechanical discovery is...
I made it up.
Exactly. Look, trying to impress me with boasts of physical strength is like trying to impress my father with a new way to brood. It's a wasted effort.
Я рад видеть тебя снова. Тебе удалось отнести посылку? Тут еще подъемчик, да? В общем, я очень признателен. Вот тебе в награду за труды. Еще раз спасибо за работу.
А что мне делать? Из дому не выходить? Ты этого хочешь, Эндон?
Ты закрываешь лавку и точка.
Хочешь, чтобы я сдалась? Из страха? Этому мы будем учить свою дочь.
Самая кровавая
Мама,
говядина
почему вы
в
с папой
пределе.
ссоритесь?
Мы не ссоримся, мы просто... Давай я тебе поесть приготовлю. Мама с папой потом поговорят.
Хочешь кусок оленины? Или баранины? Конечно, хочешь.
Так ты ничего не знаешь об этом доме?
Нет.
Видел, чтобы кто-то входил или выходил? Какие-нибудь странные огни или необычный шум?
Дом заброшен и всегда был заброшен.
Редгардская